That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that, and it became personal with me.
1 week later.
After smashing 3 past Brentford in a revenge masterclass, Newcastle have booked themselves a place in the Carabao Cup semi-finals. From discussing the Sandro Tonali transformation.
Hello, I'm very happy to play the semi-final, and we play a very well game. We are a solid team and have a lot.
To revealing Newcastle's secret hero nobody is noticing. To uncovering an exciting Sky Sports transfer exclusive coming out of Germany.
Some breaking news concerns Newcastle.
To revealing the secret details behind Newcastle submitting a bid to sign an exciting talent. As per, join us as we break down the 5 things we learned in Newcastle United, 3 Brentford 1. Also, according to YouTube stats, only about 6% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you like this video or just realized that you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. You can always unsubscribe later. It's free. Enjoy the video.
Let's go!
So the first thing we learned was the Pirlo incarnation. Even though Newcastle had previously been beaten by Brentford, Sandro Tonali said in the pre-match interview,
I hope so, but I think it's a different game to Brentford 2 weeks ago, and we hope so to the best for us.
As he mentioned that the match would be different, the biggest difference he was referring to without a doubt was that Sandro Tonali started the match this time, unlike the previous encounter when he was on the bench. Starting in a deeper role, Tonali excelled, dictating play and seamlessly transitioning between defense and attack. He not only scored 2 goals, but also recorded 74 touches, the highest on the pitch, with an impressive passing accuracy of 93%, which was also the highest. Alan Shearer praised Tonali's very good technique, highlighting his impact on the game. With a match rating of 8.5, Tonali was instrumental throughout, engaging in tackles, recovering possession, and delivering quick forward passes. Having 74 touches, 56 out of 60 passes completed, 7 ball recoveries, 6 duels won, 5 shots, 4 touches in opposition box, and 2 goals from just in 0.28 expected goals. His speed and all-around performance contributed greatly to Newcastle's success, and he nearly completed a hat-trick, much to the delight of teammates, including Anthony Gordon. This match marked a significant milestone for Tonali, who had not scored since his debut 16 months ago, largely due to a ban for illegal gambling. His stellar performance not only earned him the Man of the Match award, but also reaffirmed his class and importance to the team moving forward in that deep number 6 role, as a reminiscent of Andrea Pirlo in his prime.
Well, Sandro, a special cup night for Newcastle United, a special night for you. Describe your emotions after that.
I think, yeah, it's a special night for me, it's a special night for Newcastle fan, for the team, because we're in semi-final. We play very well. We play with a solid team, and we are happy for this. We are unhappy for the last goal conceded, and maybe only the first thing negative. But we are happy. Now we need to recover very well, because we are again in a row for another game.
As a team, what did you do so well to get control of what was a very difficult game?
But I think now we control very well the game, and this is at the start of the season. We were a little bit difficult in the second half. The first 10 minutes of the second half for control the game, and against the last game against Leicester, and now we are solid in the first 10 minutes in the second half, and this is so important for us, because if we control the game, we are happy in the pitch, and we play free, we play very well.
And it helps when you score goals as well. Your goal, the first goal, talk to us about the technique.
Yeah, I think when I was in the pitch, the first thing I need to shoot. And was maybe I don't know, because I don't see the goal, but I think it's a good goal, a good score. But I'm happy for the team, because The last 4 games, we were a little bit with a problem every game, and we concede every game the goal. And now, in the last 2 games, we are solid, and this is the key.
You say the first goal, you think it was a good goal. It was a good goal. The second one, was it even better? And what a great time to score it as well.
Yeah, I think the first one was better, no? No, but I found the same emotion the first game against Aston Villa, and this is so important for me now in this moment, for me, for my family, and for the team, and for these amazing fans.
When you couldn't play, were these the kind of moments that you were dreaming of?
Yeah, but I think this is the way for play and for us, because I don't think it's a dream, this one, because we are a great team, and everything is possible with this team and with this player, with this gaffer. I think we need to be very concentrated for the next game, and not only for the cup, but game for game. And now we will go to Ipswich for play the game and for play the same game.
Just before attention does switch though to Ipswich, talk to us about the dressing room there, Italian music playing. It must have been a great moment.
Yeah, I think this is the first time, and no, I'm happy. I'm happy for the player, because all the player helped me the last season, and I feel every day the love for the player and for the staff, and I remember this one for all the life.
And just in terms of the draw, whoever you play, it's going to be a tough game, but over 2 legs, what does the team's mindset need to be?
I don't know. This is not the first thing not the important thing, but every team, we need to play the same this night, and because every minute tonight, every 5 minutes, we were very great team, and this is fantastic.
Then the second thing we learned was the unnoticed hero. While Tonali will deservedly receive all the plaudits after scoring twice against Brentford, and Eddie Howe for putting him in the starting lineup, one unnoticed person who also deserves praise is Steve, who has terminal cancer and strongly passionately pleaded Eddie Howe to start Sandro Tonali.
Really nice to meet you. How are you?
You're going to be starting Tonali tomorrow. I'm Stephen over at the Eddie Howe's press conference before the Brentford game. Unfortunately, I got diagnosed with terminal illness. It's all about attitude, I think. You know, you haven't got long left, but you've got to make the most of what you got left. So not everybody gets this opportunity. So I'm really looking forward to it.
We were telling Eddie Howe about you. He wondered whether you would be free to meet Eddie Howe.
It's too wonderful, you know, is it really true?
It's our pleasure.
You're not allowed to go anywhere until Newcastle have got a cup.
Even if I was well, I don't think I'd live that long.
Stephen, how are you? Really nice to meet you.
You're going to be starting Tonali tomorrow.
Here we go.
Unfortunately, it's close to the end, but I'll be there tomorrow night, obviously.
Where will you be sat?
Lisa's Andy's.
Lisa's. Oh, I'll find you. I'll give you a wave.
That's it. Already.
Hopefully celebrating.
Be your best pal.
Tonali. Okay. Well, that one's stuck.
Yeah.
That's in there, so I'll take that on with me.
No,
It's really nice to meet you, Steve.
Yeah, absolute pleasure.
Yeah, and we'll do our best for you.
Fantastic. Didn't happen as a dream. He's went right up, well, further up than what he was.
Kudos to Eddie Howe for keeping his promise, not only by starting Tonali, but also for stopping during the customary lap of appreciation at the end of the game to scan the crowd for Steve. And the moment he spotted him, Howe smiled broadly, pointed and waved, eliciting an unforgettable grin from Steve. This heartfelt interaction underscored the emotional connection between the team and its supporters, reminding everyone that behind the players and coaching staff are fans whose stories and struggles resonate deeply. Steve's influence and the acknowledgement he received from Howe added a special layer to a memorable match, making it not just a victory on the pitch, but a celebration of community and resilience. Then the third thing we learned was the bittersweet performance of Guimaraes and Shah. As the game was about to start, the Newcastle crowd's reaction to Bruno winning the coin toss was epic. Bruno Guimaraes showcased his versatility by playing further up the pitch, where he seemed to relish the opportunity. Although he wasn't always on the ball, he received it in more advanced positions, contributing to the attacking play. His unselfish assist for Shah highlighted a strong connection with Sandro Tonali, making for a dynamic midfield partnership. Just look at the way he was looking at Tonali, having a 7.3 match rating, 61 touches, 37 out of 47 accurate passes, 2 key passes, 2 accurate long balls, 1 big chance created, 1 successful dribble, and 5 duels won. Bruno was on fire. Shah, on the other hand, had a mixed outing. After a shaky start with a few inaccurate passes, he found his rhythm and scored a tap-in to extend the lead to 3-0. Having a 7.4 match rating, 1 goal, 81 passing accuracy, 1 chance created, 100% shooting accuracy, 55 touches, 1 touch in the opposition box, 7 passes into the final third, 5 out of 11 accurate long balls, 0 times dispossessed, 1 block, 5 clearances, 4 headed clearances, 1 interception, 3 recoveries. However, his performance was marred by a crucial mistake, losing Wissa for Brentford's goal and conceding a yellow card for a mistimed tackle. Shah was joined by Bruno Guimaraes, who was also cautioned by the West Riding official for a clumsy foul, a costly moment for the Brazil international as well. With 3 big teams left in the competition, the Magpies are facing a difficult semi-final tie. For the first leg during the week commencing January 6th, both Fabian Shah and Bruno Guimaraes will be suspended. Speaking after the game, Bruno said, "Very happy to be in another semi-final with this club, the second in 3 years, and we want more. Happy for another assist and for the team's performance. On the other hand, sad to be suspended for the first leg of the semi-final. We move forward together in pursuit of our goals." Having both been booked in the previous rounds against AFC Wimbledon and Nottingham Forest respectively, the pair received yellow cards in the first half. According to EFL rules, any player booked twice in the competition before the semi-final stage receives a 1-match ban. Despite missing these two for the last encounter, the Magpies will be boosted by the return of Sean Longstaff, who sat out the victory over Brentford after reaching the yellow card limit. The suspensions for Shah and Guimaraes could also prevent future heartache. Additionally, with the transfer window nearing, who knows, there might be a new right centre-back signing. Responding to the blow, Howe said, "Bruno and Fabi are 2 massive players for us, very consistent performers, so we're going to miss them massively, but that's what the squad is for. It goes without saying you want your best players available for the biggest games, but we just have to accept it. There's nothing we can do about it, and we have to get other players ready to perform." Speaking on the competition's booking format, Eddie Howe also said, "It is slightly strange with how the booking system works now. So yes, we lose Sean for Brentford, and then we lose Joe Linton for Ipswich. But I think that is a position that we have strength in depth with Joe Willock coming back to fitness and Lewis Miley playing again last night, which is good." In another interview, he even went on to say that, with Sven Botman not too far away, hopefully that can be added competition in the centre-back positions. So it seems the situation is not as dire as we may perceive it. Then the fourth thing we learned was that Newcastle United is becoming set-piece United. Early in the season, we were analysing and complaining that Newcastle's set pieces lacked variation and strategy, making them ineffective compared to the 2022-23 season. Interestingly, it seems Eddie Howe and his team have been watching our channels and videos. Since then, we've noticed a clear evolution in their set pieces, although not many people are recognizing this. Unlike Arsenal, whose set pieces often rely on height, with over 3/4 of the starting 11 usually being over 6 feet tall, Newcastle's set pieces showcase brilliant tactical movements. It's no surprise that we've been scoring in recent matches. A big shout out to Eddie Howe and the set-piece coaches for listening and demonstrating their tactical genius in this area. Then we also learned about Newcastle's pressing trigger. One of the main reasons Newcastle is gaining control is by disrupting the opposition's play, and this is largely thanks to Anthony Gordon. Gordon ran his socks off and pressed well. The press always starts with him and creates all sorts of problems for defenses. Despite not being a defender or midfielder, he actually had the highest number of tackles won. I think this pressing and tracking ability is underrated, especially considering the energy levels needed to perform such a defensive shift, while also producing high attacking numbers. Having a 7.4 match rating, 1 assist, 55 touches, 32 out of 36 accurate passes, meaning an 89% passing accuracy, 2 key passes, 2 out of 5 accurate crosses, and 5 out of 10 duels won. In the match, his link-up play with Hall from the short corner was a delight to see, showcasing his return to form. Speaking of Lewis Hall, while he wasn't quite as influential as he was against Leicester, he still posed a significant threat down the left, with his defensive work improving each week. He had the second most touches and created the most chances. He played his part in another inventive short corner with Gordon in the second half, and it was his shot that was saved before Shaw's tap-in. After a patient adjustment period following his move to Newcastle, that patience is certainly paying off. The 20-year-old has enjoyed a fantastic start to the season, becoming a key player for Howe and earning a well-deserved call-up to the England team. Hall is achieving superstar status at Newcastle, and his consistency has been impressive. A glance at his stats against Brentford shows he was once again flawless. In the 77 minutes he played, he had a 7.6 match rating, 1 clearance, 1 interception, 3 tackles, 0 times dribbled past, 70 touches, 85% passing accuracy, 4 key passes, 2 out of 5 accurate long balls, and 5 out of 8 ground duels won. Then, speaking after the match, Thomas Frank, the Brentford manager, said, "On the day, we met a better team than us and lost fair and square over 90 minutes. I want Newcastle to win it, the Carabao Cup. We have Liverpool and Arsenal in the semi-finals. Come on, we need a change." Regarding Eddie Howe after the match, he said,
Congratulations through to the semi-finals. Did you carry on where you left off at the weekend there?
Yeah, I think to a degree we did. I thought a really good start to the game for us. Sandro's first goal was an unbelievable finish from range. I mean, he is capable of that. We see it in training all the time. His long-range shooting is a big strength. So to get that kind of start gave us a really good positive feeling. And then the second goal was, again, an incredible finish, a really good ball from the corner and a brilliant finish from Sandro. And that gave us a really good 2-goal cushion, but it was a great start to the game.
What did you do so well to take control and gain a foothold?
Well, I think they're a dangerous team, and you have to defend. Firstly, you have to defend set plays well, and you could see early in the game they had a number of deep free kicks, long throws. They ask a lot of questions of your backline and your ability to defend, which we obviously found to our cost in the away game. But a good response to that from us today. And then I thought we attacked really well. I thought we had a good feeling athletically. I thought we looked really strong and good connection with the players. So a really good, strong performance.
How pleasing is that for you as head coach when it feels like you've learnt lessons from the previous game just a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, of course. I think you need the right attitude of the players to recognise that and then to try and put it right. And I think there was a strong motivation for us today, an opportunity to get to another semi-final. I saw that determination and focus from the players in the lead up to the game. I was hopeful we'd give a good performance, and we did. And Brentford showed even late in the game they're a dangerous team, so we took nothing for granted, but the players got the job done.
Sandro, what about his performance today? He was excellent from start to finish, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. I mean, he wasn't just with the ball. Of course, he scored 2 goals. Probably, he had a number of other shots as well. So it's great to see him involved in goal-mouth action and the attacking play. But defensively, I thought he was outstanding as well. His positioning, his reading of danger, his ability to put dangerous situations, quieten them down for us on transitions. A really good overall performance from him, and I think he continues to get better.
I imagine when he sort of was going through tougher times last season, he spoke about how you helped him, how you spoke to him a lot. Were these the kind of nights that this was all for? It must have been a motivation for him to be involved in nights like this.
Yeah, I think a strong motivation for him to come here. You've got to remember he came to us hoping to play regularly in the Champions League and to showcase what a good player he is. And of course it was a really difficult start to his Newcastle career and he had to adapt to that. But this year all he can do is now focus on what's in front of him and try and do as well as he can in nights like tonight. And if he can continue to make such a difference to the team, he's going to be such an important player for us. He looks really at home in the middle of the pitch. He's playing well with the players around him. I'm delighted for him.
The second half, you just seem to take the sting out of it, really, and sort of, in the end, it felt fairly comfortable.
I don't think it's ever comfortable. I think the players deserve credit for making it look that if that was the case, but I felt the game was always on. A third goal obviously helps us. I thought we attacked well in the second half. We could have scored more goals. I think there's things to improve. There's always things to improve, and we'll look at those things. But overall, I think the team's in a good place.
Of the teams that you could face are big teams, but over two legs, what would your mindset have to be?
Well, I think your mindset would have to be that we attack the game with no fear. Irrespective of who we play, we back ourselves. Now, over two games is an interesting dynamic, and it's only in this competition that you get that, which we'll look forward to. You know, the away game will be difficult, no doubt. The home game, we're going to need our supporters as always. But we back our qualities against any team, and certainly we're going to have to be at our very best to progress.
And until 2 years ago, Newcastle United had only got to the semi-finals of this competition once in their history. Now they've got there twice in the last 3 years. What does it say about this group of players that they've been able to achieve that?
Yeah, we've been very good and very consistent in this competition, because it's been a frustration for me to think back to last year, because we were so close to doing it again. The semi-final was sort of a minute away, and that was a cruel one. But great to see the response really from the group, that we go again, and we've had some tough early rounds. Nottingham Forest was really difficult, but we've managed to get through, and we're still in there, so we'll look forward to what's to come.
Before that though, you've got to switch your attentions back to the league, and I guess it's something you've become accustomed to in the last couple of seasons. How would you go and do that for Ipswich at the weekend? Yeah, well, it's a quick turnaround for us, so we'll have to be mentally refreshed, because we can't focus on this. This game's gone. We now have to focus on Portman Road, and that is going to be a difficult game. Ipswich would have had all week to look at us and line us up. Now we start our preparation on them. So we'll cram that into 2 days. We'll look forward to the challenge that we face, but we go there with real confidence after the last two matches.
Then moving on to some transfer news. Newcastle United is reportedly eyeing reinforcements ahead of the January transfer window, particularly after a lack of first-team investment in 2024. With financial constraints due to profit and sustainability rules, PSR, head coach Eddie Howe has indicated that player sales will be crucial for any new signings. While a right winger remains the top priority, the need for a striker has intensified following Callum Wilson's 2-month injury. This has led to interest in highly rated Nuremberg striker Stefanos Tsimas, as reported by Sky Sports German journalist Florian Plettenberg. Tsimas is currently on loan at Nuremberg from the Greek club PAOK, but Nuremberg plans to activate the €18 million buy option, with the intention of selling him again in the summer. The teenager has made a significant impact, scoring 7 goals and providing 2 assists in just 13 league appearances, drawing attention from clubs like Chelsea and Aston Villa, in addition to Newcastle. Notably, his dribbling skills are underrated, as he averages 1.5 dribbles per game. If Newcastle retains Alexander Isak in the summer, it will be essential to replace Wilson, who is out of contract next summer and has become increasingly unreliable due to injuries. Tsimas could be an ideal candidate, as he has the potential to learn from Isak, who is considered one of the best strikers in Europe. With Newcastle likely to compete in Europe next season, adding depth to the striker position is vital. Tsimas is regarded as one of Greece's most exciting talents and will be looking to make a move to a bigger club soon. This situation is certainly one to monitor as the transfer window approaches. Newcastle United appears to be making significant progress in their pursuit of PSV winger Johan Bakayoko, with various reports suggesting that an agreement could be on the horizon. Over the past couple of weeks, multiple outlets, including The Telegraph, The iPaper, and Sky Sports, have noted the club's growing interest in the 21-year-old Belgian international. According to Belgian outlet Voetbalkrant, Newcastle has had very positive discussions with Bakayoko's representatives regarding a potential January transfer. The winger is reportedly keen to make the move to St. James Park, and it seems that an agreement on personal terms is close to being finalized. While the specifics of wages and contract length appear to be manageable, the next hurdle is negotiating a fee with PSV. PSV is reportedly holding out for around €50 million, or approximately £41 million for Bakayoko. But Newcastle's initial offer is expected to be around €30 million or £25 million. However, Sky Sports in Switzerland has indicated that Newcastle may be very close to securing the winger for approximately €30 million or £24.8 million. This developing situation suggests that Bakayoko could become the first signing of the Paul Mitchell era at Newcastle. If the club can secure him for a fee between £25 million and £35 million, it would represent a significant bargain. This aligns with Newcastle's strategy of investing in overseas talent who can deliver value, as seen in previous signings like Sven Botman, £35 million from Lille, and Bruno Guimaraes, £40 million from Lyon. Bakayoko has been in impressive form this season, contributing 6 goals and 3 assists, including 2 goal involvements in 6 Champions League appearances. His arrival would provide a substantial upgrade over current options like Miguel Almiron and Jacob Murphy, making him an attractive addition to the squad. As negotiations progress, fans will be eager to see if this promising deal can be finalized. Then, in another development, according to Sport Italia, Newcastle has made a bid for Djouma Ba, an 18-year-old right-sided centre-back currently at Real Valladolid. The club has reportedly offered €10 million, approximately £8.3 million, for the towering defender, who has impressed in the Spanish top flight this season. However, Valladolid has turned down this initial proposal, seeking a higher figure. Despite this setback, a winter transfer appears likely, prompting Newcastle to consider submitting a revised offer. Ba has also attracted interest from Manchester City, Chelsea and Bournemouth, aligning with the profile Newcastle's sporting director Paul Mitchell is pursuing. Young overseas players with potential who can be acquired for less than domestic targets. This situation presents a potential opportunity for Real Valladolid to make a quick profit, as Ba only joined the club in September, on loan from Sierra Leone's AIK Freetown club. After one appearance for the reserve team, he quickly made his way into the first-team matchday squad and has since made 10 first-team appearances, including 8 starts. Additionally, Ba has already been called up to the Sierra Leone senior national team for World Cup qualifiers. For Real Valladolid to sell Ba, they would first need to activate their option to buy from AIK Freetown. Once that is completed, they could potentially sell him to Newcastle or another interested club for a significantly higher price. With Ba's ongoing development and several La Liga starts this season, he could be viewed as a first-team option, particularly as a potential partner for returning Dutch defender Sven Botman. For context, when comparing Djouma Ba to Fabian Schär's defending per game, Djouma Ba has been dribbled past fewer times, with a higher clearance ratio of 5.2 compared to Schär's 3.4. Ba also outperforms Schär in terms of successful dribbles, ground duels won, and aerial duels won per game. He loses possession less frequently than Schär, commits fewer fouls, and earns more fouls while having fewer yellow cards. The fact that Schär has more yellow cards is one reason he will be suspended for the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-finals. Going forward, Ba appears to be a potential future perfect replacement for Fabian Schär. This link to Ba is certainly intriguing, and it remains to be seen if Newcastle will make another offer in the coming weeks. Then finally, in a massive update, if you would want to know about Newcastle's new confirmed deal agreement, click the video link on screen now.